Hi, hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to learn look into one of the important chapter which is given in the syllabus of TET exam 2022, as well as this is going to be useful for HSTR and GPSTR exams also. Very important concept, that is acid, bases and salts. So before moving to the video, if you are watching my channel for the first time, please do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will get all the videos we upload here, mainly of maths and science concepts, which will be useful for TET exams, GPSTR and HSTR, and also for central TET exams. Okay, so as we move to the concept now, acid, bases and salts. First we'll look into the important points related to acids. What are acids? An acid is any substance that in water solution that taste sour. Okay, taste is sour in taste. Okay, like the taste of lemon, right? Next, and this acids changes blue litmus paper to red. So I have listed out very important points here, the basic points. Later we'll go for the separate concepts which is given. Okay, and so how do we test this given solution is an acid or not? If you have the litmus paper and you dip the given litmus paper into this acid, where if you have blue litmus paper which turns to red. Okay, so hence this red, danger, you can just remember this. If it turns red, blue litmus paper turns red, then this indicates that the given solution is an acid. Okay, then it reacts with some metals and liberates hydrogen. Okay, this is very, very important. Acids reacts with bases to form salt and water. Okay, here the concept we have taken is acid. Acid reacts with bases to form salt and water. Okay, next. Acids dissociates into ions in aqueous state and gives H plus ions or hydronium ions. Okay, later I will be explaining what's the difference between this H plus and hydronium ions. Just remember this point. Dissociates, this acids dissociate into ions in aqueous state and gives H plus ions or hydronium ions. Then they are capable of donating proton. Okay, so proton in the sense they are able to give positive charge, P, proton. Okay, next, where pH value, that is potential of hydrogen. So what is that potential of hydrogen? The concentration of potential hydrogen in that solution is called as pH value, right? So that pH potential of hydrogen value is less than 7 in case of acids. It is less than 7. So they are acids. Next, they conduct electricity in aqueous state. Aqueous state means solution state, right? Watery state. Then they are corrosive. They have the tendency to be corrosive on metals. Examples for acids, these are very basics: HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, citric acid. These are the examples for acids. And let's now move to classification of acids. First we learn about acids, then we'll go for bases and salts later. So here, based on the sources, based on chemical compositions, etc., acids are classified. So let us see that one by one now. First one, based on the sources. It means from where they are obtained. Okay, so based on the sources, acids are classified into two types: organic acids and inorganic acids. So we know organic acids are the acids which are present in animal and plant material, organic. So these are known as organic acids. And organic acids are weak acids. They are weak acids. Okay, and examples for organic acids are ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is present in vinegar. And lactic acid present in sour milk. Citric acid, we know citric acid is present in lemon, citrus fruits like orange, lemon and all. Tartaric acid, it is present in tamarind. Okay, next is stearic acid. This is present in fats, okay, etc. So these are the examples of few organic acids. Moving to inorganic acids. Inorganic acids are which are derived from minerals are called as inorganic acids. So these are also called as mineral acids. Inorganic acids are mineral acids. Okay. So some of them, such as carbonic acid, they are present in Coke, Pepsi, like fizzy drinks. They are few are weak. There are number of mineral acids are also called they are corrosive. Okay, we have seen in few ads that where it is very too much of stain, they pour acids and they used to clean it, right? And they show in that way. Okay, so let's not move to those part. Now let us see the examples for inorganic acids. Examples are carbonic acid. So chemical formula for carbonic acid is H2CO3. That is, there is presence of carbon here, carbonic acid. Then HCl, hydrochloric acid. Okay, so we know hydrochloric acid is present in the stomach, right? So they are used for some cleaning metal surfaces also. Then nitric acid, HNO3, that is used in making of explosive and fertilizers and all. And other than this, we have sulfuric acid, okay, H2SO4, that is you can see in the batteries, car batteries, and also in fertilizers also they use sulfuric acid as well as nitric acid also. And also in paints, detergents and all, this H2SO4 inorganic acids are used. Okay, only few I have mentioned here. And also next phosphoric acid also is an example of inorganic acid. Now, so this is based on the source. Now how they will ask this in the exams, in case of TET exams, very basics only will be asked. They will ask you, they'll give you some names of few acids and identify which one is organic or identify which one is inorganic, like that. Or in case of descriptive type, they may ask you to give few examples for acids, like that, or ask you to identify which type of acid it is. Okay, next, based on the chemical composition, acids are classified into two types again, hydracids and oxyacids. Okay, so what are these hydracids? As the name itself is indicates, these are the acids containing hydrogen and non-metallic element other than oxygen. Okay, other than oxygen, they may have hydrogen, chlorine, bromine, like that. So HCl, hydrogen chloride, is the example, and hydrogen bromide, HBr, is an example of hydra acids. Moving to oxyacids. So as the name itself is indicate, oxygen is present, right? So these are the acids containing oxygen in composition, in combination with another element and a hydrogen also. So HNO3 and H3SO4, here you can observe oxygen as well as hydrogen, and CH3COOH. So in all this there exist, this is nothing but ethanoic acid, right? CH3COOH, present in vinegar we saw. So this is based on the chemical composition. Next, moving to basicity of an acid. Based on the classification of basicity of acid, acids are classified into three types. Okay, that is monobasic acids, dibasic acid and tribasic acid. So we know mono means single, di means two, and tri means three, right? So what are the example? What are monobasic acid? Let us see now. These are the acids which on complete dissociation produce one hydrogen. Okay, in case of monobasic acids, one hydrogen ion per molecule of the acid. Okay, and that contains one replaceable hydrogen ion per molecule. That also you can say that. This one, second case, dibasic acids. These are the acids which on complete dissociation gives two hydrogen ions per molecule. Okay, or it may, you can say that this contains, simply to say that they contain two replaceable hydrogen ions per molecule. And in case of tribasic acid, they contain three hydrogen atoms which is replaceable hydrogen ions, 3H plus. Okay, so these are the basicity of the acids based on the classification on the basicity of the acids. So you can give few examples for this also. Mono, di. Quickly I'll just give one example. For mono, you can say that HCl, hydrochloric acid. So when you dissociate this HCl, how this divide as H plus and Cl minus, right? So one hydrogen atom here. Then in case of second one, dibasic acid, you can say H2SO4. H2SO4. When this is dissociate into SO4 2 minus plus 2 hydrogen ions, 2H plus. So in case of this kind of questions, in depth they may ask in HSTR exams only. Okay, to solve or to give example chemical composition, they may ask you to only give examples for each one. Okay, in case of tribasis acid, you can give an example of H3PO4. Actually, this is taken as dibasis acid only, but not tribasic acid suggested by its formula. But this is because oxy acids of phosphorus only, those of hydrogen are replaceable, which are attached to the oxygen group. So this we have to go in depth and learn about this. Okay, I just present, you can just know about one example, H3. Okay, PO4. Next on, moving to classification of acids based on the strength. They are classified into two types, strong acids and weak acids. Okay, so how the strong acids and weak acids are taken, based on for what? So this is based on the concentration of hydronium ions or hydrogen H plus. Hydronium is H3O plus. Hydronium is nothing but same. So this is based on the concentration of hydrogen ions present in the aqueous solution. Okay, so examples of strong acids are HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, HNO3. And in case of weak acids which dissociate only to small extent, they will be producing low concentration of hydrogen ions or hydronium ions, are known as weak acids. Example of weak acids are CH3COOH, H2CO3, C6H8O7. So all these are examples for what are these? First one is acetic acid, right? CH3COOH, and H2CO3, that is carbonic acid, and C6H8O7 is nothing but citric acid. This is citric acid. So like this, based on the concentration of hydrogen ion present, acids are classified into weak acids and strong acids. Next, moving to based on the concentration itself, concentration of acids are classified into concentrated acid and diluted acid. Okay, so there is a difference between actually strength and the concentration. I will tell you now. So let us check out with this concentration first. An acid is called to be concentrated acid. It is based on the high percentage of the acid which is present. Okay, so in case of an acid having relatively high percentage of an acid in its aqueous solution, while the other acid must have less, so relatively, comparatively. In case of diluted acid, an acid having relatively low percentage of acid in its aqueous solution is called dilute acid. Here we are comparing two. Okay, they will take two and ask you to compare. So which is concentrated and which is diluted, you must check it out. Okay, so what is the main difference between strength of an acid and concentration of an acid? Strength of an acid is the measure of H plus ion, that is hydrogen ions present in it in the aqueous solution, where the concentration is the amount of acid in the solution. How much of acid is present here, that is says about concentration. Okay, next, in case of strength, when we check out with this, strength of an acid increases with dilution. So the strength, if they go on diluting the acid, the strength of an acid increases because its degree of dissociation increases with dilution. On the other hand, concentration of acid decreases with dilution. Okay, if they go on diluting this acid, what do you mean by diluting? Adding water. Actually, while conducting the experiments and all, we must be careful for diluting the concentrated acid. Never add water to the acid. You should not take acid and add water. This you should not do. H2O. Instead what you can do, you have to, for diluting the acid, pour little of the acid, whatever the amount of acid you have taken, into water. First you have to take water, then add the acid little by little. Okay, little by little acid has to be added and constantly stir it so that the heat liberated is absorbed by the water, and then you will get the diluted acid. This is the proper procedure. Let us now move to reaction of acids with metals. Very important point. Okay, in TET there was questions based on this. So very easy point actually. When acids reacts with the dilute mineral acids reacts with metals, they form salts of metal plus hydrogen gas. Very important. Whenever you hear about this acid reacts with metal, it liberates hydrogen gas. Okay, you have to remember this. So let us check out with few examples here. Zinc, Zn plus H2SO4 acid. So it forms zinc sulfate, ZnSO4, and H2 is taken out, hydrogen. Okay, it is liberating hydrogen. Next, zinc with HCl. So zinc chloride it forms and it releases hydrogen. Third case, zinc with HNO3, that gives zinc nitrate plus hydrogen is released. So in all these cases also you can observe that hydrogen gas is released here also, here also, here also. Only thing whether it depends on 3 hydrogen or 1 hydrogen or 2, it depends. Okay, here with magnesium is taken in this example. Later you can just work out and see. And here aluminum is taken, here iron is taken. So in all these cases, in case of TET they may ask like this: name the gas which is released when dilute mineral acids are react with metals. Okay, they form salt and hydrogen gas. That is the correct answer. And sometimes they may give this equation, ask you to balance also. Okay, in case of descriptive type exams. Let us now move how acids reacts with metal carbonates. Okay, and also metal hydrogen carbonate. First thing we'll see this examples for when metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates reacts with acids, they form carbon dioxide and water, CO2 and H2O. Remember this, very important. Let me explain this with the example. Sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus HCl, 2 of HCl, hydrogen chloride. So it gives us 2 NaCl, sodium chloride plus carbon dioxide plus water. So this end product must assist with the respective salt, carbon dioxide and water. The previous case, when they react with metal, only hydrogen was liberated, but here it liberates carbon dioxide and water. Same with sodium bicarbonate. Here hydrogen carbonate also, it's carbonate and hydrogen carbonate. When H is present also, this gives. Okay, later you can see this and work out. So these are the 2 examples given. Next, moving to how acids are reacting with sulphite and bisulphite. When acids react with sulphite and bisulphite, they give sulfur dioxide plus salt and plus water, the respective salt, okay, and water and sulfur dioxide. The gases which is released is sulfur. Just remember, very easy only, whenever you hear about carbonate, carbon, they give carbon dioxide and water. Whenever you hear about sulphides, bisulphides, main gas which is released is SO2, sulfur dioxide, plus water, H2O. That is the difference, okay? Plus the respective salt it gives. You can practice this 2 equations. So on moving to sulphides and bisulphides, when sulphides or bisulphides reacts with acid, they form the respective salt and hydrogen sulfide. Okay, salt plus hydrogen sulfide, H2S. Okay, so these are the very important points related to TET exams as well as for GPSTR exams. So just when we recall with this very important point, when acids reacts with metals, they give out the respective salt plus hydrogen gas, H2. And when acids reacts with carbonates and hydrogen carbonate, metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate, they give away. When you hear about this carbon, just remember carbon dioxide and water with respect to salt. Okay. Then when acids reacts with sulphides and bisulphides, it gives a respective salt plus SO2 sulfur dioxide and water H2SO4, same thing. Then moving to sulphides, when acids react with sulphides, they give out respective salt plus hydrogen sulfide gas. So these are the very important points. You have to remember this. Next we'll check out with reaction of acids with bases. So when acids reacts with bases, what are these bases? Bases are compounds which react with an acid to give only salt and water, whereas here acids reacts with base which gives salt and water. For example, NaOH is a base. Okay. In case of acids, pH is less than 7. In case of bases, pH value is more than 7, right? Okay. So when acid HCl, you can consider HCl reacts with base NaOH, it gives respective salt, that is NaCl, sodium chloride and H2O. Just remember, it gives out water. Here also H2SO4, the respective salt and water it gives when the acid reacts with bases. Next, moving to few important questions. What do all acids have in common? All acids have hydrogen ions, H plus ions in common. Very, very important points. Hydrogen ions. Next, what are hydronium ions? Here, hydrogen ions cannot exist independently in aqueous medium. Okay, so this H plus ions combine with water H2O and they produce hydronium ions H3O plus. Okay, so this also an important point to be remembered. Next, all acids do not show acidic behavior in the absence of water. So there must be presence of water to show the acidic behavior. Hence acids require water to assist water to show its acidic behavior. So I have covered few important points about acids. Okay. Now let's check out with this acid rain. We might have heard about this acid rain. Because of acid rain, a few marbles in the structure of Taj Mahal is destroyed. We would have heard this. Okay. So what is this acid rain? Acid rain, the term acid rain literally means the presence of excess amount of acid in the rain. Hence it is called as acid rain. Okay. So how do we define? Any precipitation, rain, snow or dew which is more acidic than normal is known as acid rain. What all it contains? Acid rain is a complex mixture of sulfuric acid H2SO4, sulfurous acid H2SO3, nitric acid HNO3, nitrous acid HNO2. So acid rain is the complex mixture of these many acids. Okay. Next, so what is the cause of this acid rain? It is caused by human activities that releases these acids, the above mentioned acids, maybe oxides of sulfur, nitrogen in the atmosphere. Burning of fossil fuels also is an cause for this acid rain. Not only that, coal, petrol, diesel, all this produce sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. So the oxides of nitrogen and sulfur undergo many photochemical reactions, okay, and then form H2SO4. So those may not be asked to describe and all how they form in detail. Just remember these acids. Okay. So SO2 and NO2, they are release sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide and nitrogen oxides released by all these activities. Later they are undergo many photochemical reactions and then form H2SO4 and HNO3, and hence they lead to acid rain, and they combine with dew or snow or rain in the atmosphere as they fall, and they becomes acid rain. Next, on moving to the harmful effects by acid rain. So let us see one by one. I have listed out few here. So it increases the acidity of the soil and reduces the fertility of the soil. So the pH level of the pH level of the soil must be of proper level. If it is more than that level, and when acid rain falls in the soil, it obviously increases acidity of the soil and reduces fertility of the soil. Next, it also causes respiratory ailments in human beings as well as in animals. Okay. Next, it destroys marine life due to change in the pH level in the environment. When pH level in the environment changes, marine life also will be affected. And also, acid rains dissolves many metals, heavy metals from the soil and rocks, and heavy metal ions leached from the soil enter the water bodies and produce variety of toxic effects in water. Okay. It also corrodes the water supply pipes, resulting the leaching of heavy metals such as like iron, copper and all, and that they will mix with the drinking water. Okay. So next, even marble structures and buildings are often like great historic structures like Taj Mahal and this, they are corroded due to this acid rain. So we have to protect our environment by avoiding the release of these gases much in the environment, hence we can avoid this acid rain. Okay, so we have covered almost important points related to acids. In the next class I shall continue with bases and salts in the next video. Okay, so if you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up, give a feedback, so that I will come to know that it is useful for you all and start preparing for the exams. Okay, next video onwards I just started to give a few more questions for practice also. Okay, so like test type. So I'll give you a number of questions so you can start preparing for the forthcoming exams like TET exams. Already date is announced. TET exams is on 6th November, and upcoming GPSTR and HSTR exam also you can start preparing. Okay, thank you for watching.